Okay, I'm explaining this session one more time because there was an audio issue, it seems. Okay, so multiple windows in order to execute different set of programs or execute test cases in different in one single window. We know how to execute a particular program in one single window, right? However, if you want to go ahead and execute a particular program in n number of or multiple sets of windows, new tabs, okay, how to handle that we are going to see. Okay, first of all, we know how to write a set of driver instructions to open the Chrome browser, right? In that, by default, we are giving a driver.get of URL, right? So this will be launching first. Okay. After that, what we are saying is we are asking a new tab to be opened. After this tab gets opened, okay, there will be another new tab that will be opening. Okay. So after that, what we are doing is we are storing the the Windows detail in a particular string. Okay. So we are writing a particular line of code as array list string tabs. Tabs is the object that we have created is equal to, and we are giving the instructions of the tab. Okay. As new array list of string of driver.get Windows handle. Okay. After that, what we are doing is we are opening another, we are switching to a new tab. Okay. So until here, we have opened a new tab, and in one particular tab, there is an orange HRM. Okay. And in another particular tab, it's just new tab that's opened. Okay. So here what we are saying is driver.switch to .window of tabs.get of 1. So get of 1 means this is 0. Orange HRM is 0. So another tab is 1. Okay. In that tab, we are asking the URL to be opened as google.com. Right. After that, we are giving instructions in 0. What should be the other instructions that needs to be added? So after launching this orange HRM URL, it will go ahead and take this instruction to login. Okay. So if I go ahead and run this particular program in one single Google page, in one single window, there will be 2 different tabs that will be opening. Okay. This is one tab, which is orange HRM. Okay. And the other tab is Google. Okay, clear? Now, so here we have seen how to open 2 tabs simultaneously, right? Now, if you want to open 3 or multiple new tabs, okay? So what we are doing is we are giving a set of driver instructions to open the Chrome browser and go on to URL, which is orange HRM, right? After that, we are writing the set of line of code 2 times. That means that apart from this tab, there will be 2 new tabs that will be opening. So total of 3, right? So JavaScript executor driver dot execute script of and window dot open. So how many ever times you are writing this particular line of code, that many times the new tabs will be opening apart from this basic tab. Common ga driver.get URL ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో అది ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. అది కాకుండా ఇంకా ఎన్ని tabs ఓపెన్ అవుతుందో అని చూస్తారు. ఓకే. సో after that, as I mentioned, we are storing the windows in array list. Okay. After that, we are giving the driver instructions in first tab, a information ravali అని చెప్పేసి, right? And in another tab, what is the URL that needs to be opening, and this is the basic tab that will be opening first, and we are giving the driver instructions to launch this orange HRM and log into this particular with this particular instruction. Okay, so if I go ahead and execute this particular program, this is the first tab, second tab, and the third tab is Facebook. So after this happens, it should quit. Driver should quit from this particular window itself. So complete Google ade poyindi, mottam ayipoyindi. Okay. Now, if I say close means it will only close this particular window which got executed in the last. Okay. లేటెస్ట్ గా ఏదైతే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిందో ఆ విండోయే క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది, ఆ ట్యాబే క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ రైటింగ్ ఇట్ as driver.quit, then it will quit from that particular window itself. Okay. Clear? Only Facebook wiped off అయిపోయింది. ఓకేనా? Any questions so far? Concerns, questions? Okay. Now let's move on to desired capabilities. Okay. So desired capabilities means, ఇప్పుడు మనం గూగుల్ క్రోమ్ ఓపెన్ చేసాము అనుకోండి, వాటికి సెట్ ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ కేపబిలిటీస్ ఉంటాయి, అంటే ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ ప్లగ్ఇన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, వీ నీడ్ నాట్ గో అహెడ్ అండ్ చేంజ్ దోస్ ప్లగ్ఇన్స్. లైక్ కొన్ని వాటి.
హలో మేడం.
ఎస్,
again your voice is stucking, ma'am. We are unable to catch you.
Now?
Yes,
now is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So multiple windows you were fine, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now desired capabilities means basically when you open a Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Firefox or Microsoft Edge, okay, manually if you're opening, then there will be set predefined plugins that will be there. For example, for a few of the applications, they need to be having a certificate. Okay, so those certificates are predefined in Google Chrome or Edge or Firefox. Okay, so however, when we automate a particular test case, or when you automate a particular scenario, then the Google Chrome will come up without the predefined plugins. Okay, so in order to add those predefined plugins, we are using a class called desired capabilities. Okay, so in desired capabilities, desired capability is a class that is provided by Selenium. Okay, now what we are doing is, we have given Chrome driver path here, and we are asking the driver to open the Chrome. Okay, in this main test, okay, in this main method, what we are writing is, we have written some Chrome options, lines of code. Okay, so what we are doing is, we have created a object called options. Okay, and we are giving the instructions for that particular object as new Chrome options. Okay, options dot add arguments. Okay, so we are asking the driver to add some arguments in the plugins. Okay, so disable extensions ni disable cheyamani cheptunnaru, whatever extensions are there. So let me open a Chrome. ఇక్కడ మీకు ఎక్స్టెన్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ ఒకటి ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ది బ్లాక్ కలర్ లో వస్తుంది, ఐడియా ఉందా? క్యాటలాన్ రికార్డర్ చేసినప్పుడు వచ్చింది కదా ఎక్స్టెన్షన్స్, అవి డిజేబుల్ చేయడానికి వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ అహెడ్ అండ్ రైటింగ్ అ సెట్ ఆఫ్ డ్రైవర్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ హియర్. ఓకే, and after disabling the extensions we are asking the driver to open the new Chrome driver. Okay, like that we have written n number of capabilities. Okay, so here there is another capability to set the browser name to Chrome. Okay, we are setting the browser name to Chrome, so this is another capability that we have written. So like this you will find, if you Google search, you will find n number of desired capabilities that we can use. Okay, so like that, to set a platform for Windows, okay, we are writing capabilities dot. Capabilities is the object that we have created for desired capability. Okay, so capabilities dot set platform of platform dot Windows. So Windows is the platform that needs to be executed in. Okay, సో ఒకవేళ ఇక్కడ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ విండోస్ కాకుండా ఇంకేమి ఉన్నాయి, విండోస్, మ్యాక్. ఒకవేళ మీరు మ్యాక్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ సెట్ చేయాలి అని అంటే యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ మ్యాక్. లైనక్స్ అని ఒకటి ఉంది. ఓకే, so in order to set the platform, if you're working on a Windows based desktop or a laptop, you can write it as Windows. If you're working on a Linux, you can write it as Linux. If you're working on Mac, then you can write it as Mac. Okay, depending on the operating systems or depending on your system configurations, you can write the platform as. Okay, capabilities dot set capability. Capabilities is the object that we have created and we are setting the capability to options dot one. So where is this options dot one? That's the object that we have created, right? Options one. Okay, so Chrome options ki manam object create chesi new Chrome options often rasamu. So capability ikkada set chesi, what we are saying, it should open a Chrome browser and cheppesi we are asking the driver to open a Chrome browser. Now the same object that we are using, okay, Chrome options merge avvali ani antunnamu. So all these options should be merged. Okay, or this option should be merged అని చెప్పేసి కేపబిలిటీస్ అని రాస్తున్నాము. సో ఈ మర్జ్ అనేది మనం ఏమేమి కేపబిలిటీస్ చేస్తున్నాము, కేపబిలిటీస్ ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, బ్రౌజర్, ఓకే, విండోస్ అండ్ ఆప్షన్స్. సో ఇవన్నీ మర్జ్ అవ్వాలి అని మనం చెప్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, సో లైక్ దిస్ వీ హ్యావ్ n number of capabilities. ఓకే, get browser name. This is one capability that you can set. Set browser name. Get browser name means you're getting a browser name, and set browser name means you are setting a browser name. Like that, get version, set version, get platform, set platform, get capability method, set capability method, and you have the objective of that description of that particular desired capability, when to use and all. Okay, It's just that you will be creating, you will be using your desired capabilities class, okay, that is provided in Selenium, and you will be creating an object for that particular class, and that object you will be using in using implementing these capabilities, set capability method and all. Okay. There are few other things also, in GitHub, you will be finding desired capabilities. Okay. This is moved to another page. Mhm. These are browser specific capabilities that they have given. Okay. But mostly you will be using all these things that we have given here in Guru 99. Just understand the concept, why we are using desired capabilities and all. Okay. I've given this link, go through this link. Okay. Explore and try implementing few of the desired capabilities that are given here. Okay. I'm executing this particular test case. However, we will not be able to see the capabilities that are been set. Okay. We have asked in this particular program, we needed the browser to be Chrome browser, right? So it opened in Chrome browser. Windows platform is Windows. So my desktop is Windows based. So it opened in Windows, and it's setting the options, okay, capability. And then it is merging these capabilities. So after merging, we are getting the results as this. In background, everything will be happening. You will not be able to see what's happening करके. ठीक है? Yeah, that's it about desired capabilities. Executing failed test cases is done, right? You guys are almost done. You just are left with keyword driven, right? Keyword driven. That's the framework that's not discussed yet. Cucumber framework and page object, page factory model. Hybrid framework. Page object, page factory అయిపోయిందా? Adi Cucumber inka hybrid framework will be discussed by Sir itself. Okay. And Jenkins, I will be taking you guys through after these, frameworks are done. Jenkins is also important. December batch also, it's not done, right? So both the batches, we will be doing Jenkins all together once by this week itself. Okay. You, anybody for Agile? agile revision, agile. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. No? ఉందా మీ దగ్గర నాకు పంపించిన agile PDF? Yeah, I have. Okay, this is not the one I'm looking for. సో ఇప్పుడు agile అంటే ఏంటి? By seeing this diagram, what will you? ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే చూస్తే కనిపిస్తుందా మీకు? Okay, if you see this diagram, what are you able to gauge from this diagram? Right, continuous improvement is there, right? Integration is there. So what is happening? We are planning a particular test case, then designing. Okay, then development is done, then test is done, then deployment is done. After deployment, actually, then deployment is done. After that, review is done. After review, there is a launch. Product will be launched, right? In the next sprint also, first planning is done, designing is done, development, testing, deployment, review, and then launch. So sprint wise, we are releasing a particular project. Okay, one particular project, there might be scenarios wherein a project can take a longer time, like 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, like that. Okay, so for projects like Amazon, Facebook, your Flipkart, Mintra, okay, these are few things that will keep on adding new things, right? Okay, so in that case, what they are following is they are following agile methodology. Okay, in agile methodology, the main motive of agile methodology is it will break down the project into sprint wise. So for say, they will say that first sprint lo naku, I need these products to be released in first sprint. Okay, so that means that we will be only working on those products itself apart from the other products. Okay, so business impact avadu din valla. If I'm saying that if let's say Mintra is only for clothing. Okay, so clothing may we need women's clothing to be released in first sprint. So we will be working on women's session itself. Okay, we will add different categories that needs to be done in for women's cart. Okay, and first sprint may they will release the women's itself. So women's clothing release ayin tarvata, it will be pushed into product will be launched, right? After launching, definitely every single customer will be viewing, right? Are kottaga ochindanta baundanta chala Zepto ochindi ippudu, right? Zepto etlaga market lo etla spread aitundi, 10 minutes delivery అని అంటున్నారు. సో అది ఎట్లా లాంచ్ చేస్తారు? ఏరియా వైజ్ లాంచ్ చేస్తారు. సో ఫస్ట్ వాళ్ళ టార్గెట్ ఏంటి? బంజారా హిల్స్, జూబ్లీ హిల్స్, ఇవి. బికాస్ బిజీ స్కెడ్యూల్ ఉన్న ప్లేసెస్ లోనే Zepto will work out, right? People, every single person is working and they will not have a time to go ahead to the market and get all the groceries which are required for the home, right? So what they are doing is application launch cheskoni, application download cheskoni, they are ordering the groceries and whatever they need. So Zepto, what happened? They have released, I've never used Zepto, okay. They have released groceries and vegetable session. So groceries first release chesi, then tarvata vegetable session, అవి అన్ని ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఒక్కొక్కటి డెవలప్ చేసుకుంటా ఉన్నారు. It's not that complete application is developed and then it's pushed into the market. If complete application has to be developed and it should be pushed into the market, and ante there will be a huge loss for the particular a client. Okay, so in the meantime, these sprints develop away koddi, what will happen, they will also start earning from that particular earlier release, right? They will not be able to wait until the complete project is done, right? So that's the reason why agile has come into place, and we are working on most of the projects are working on agile methodology itself. Okay, clear? సో ఇందులో స్ప్రింట్స్ వైజ్ మనము రిలీజ్ చేస్తామంట అన్నమాట. ప్రతి ఒక్కటి స్ప్రింట్ వైజే ఉంటది. ఓకే, నౌ you guys explain me what is agile by seeing these. Me explaining again and again, it will be repeated kind of thing. You guys explain, any one of you guys explain what is agile by seeing this particular thing. Anybody take initiative? Come here, put headsets because online people will also listen, right? Have that confidence. లేదు చెప్పండి, అట్లనే ప్రాక్టీస్ అవుతుంది, నేను అట్లనే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకున్నా. మరి ప్రతి ఒక్క లైన్ అనలైజ్ చేసుకోండి. నేను ఎట్లా చెప్తున్నాను, సేమ్ ఒక లైన్ అవ్వంగానే అంటే ఇది ఇట్లా అని చెప్పేసి అంటున్నాను, అంతేగాని Pawan will be explaining about agile scrum methodology. Just give us a minute.
Hello? 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 I'm audible, లేదు madam. Okay. So shall I start, madam? So as madam rightly explained, what we will do is in agile technology. Madam? So in agile technology, what we do is we basically release any software, or for that matter, any product in module wise. For example, a vendor or a client has decided that he has to launch a particular product module wise. Say suppose in the first module, they will have the only access to the front page of the window wherein the end user can browse or click on the contents, whatever it is available. In the second phase, they will decide what extra content needs to be added, and then subsequently it will follow on, because it is a continuous process. So based on the requirement, we take the FRD and BRD from the client and analyze the requirement, and then we form what do you say, we review the FRD and BRD, based on which we prepare some general test conditions which will prevail for that particular module. Then again we will give the same to the development team. The development will again code it and then give back to us. Again we will write the a new set of test cases, because the initial test cases are based on the FRD and BRD, but now the test cases will be slightly different, and it will be on the basis of the actual product, how it will look and feel. So this is how agile technology is working on module wise. Once this is done, we will test it, we'll automate the test scenarios and work on it if at all there are any defects, or if at all the testing needs to be done again, or some issue with the particular module, then we'll again rework on the same thing. It's a cycle actually. If you look into the image, it's a cycle. So this is in general how agile technology works in. Personal experience good because I have worked on this kind of thing. I think. Okay, so coming to my experience, I have worked with Income Tax Department of India as a business analyst. I worked with NSDL, that is National Securities Depository Limited. So what we were the we were the software developer for them with respect to the written preparation utility. So whenever there was any changes with respect to the changes in the percentage with of salaried employees, non-salaried employees, so they used to come to us, they used to give us the requirement that this is how my software should look, or this is how the return should be prepared, or this is how the end user will have an impact in the filing of the returns. So we have a discussion, multiple rounds of discussion happen in this, because sometimes every time we can't say that okay we agree with we are agreeing to their demands, because we need to see whether our test team supports or not, whether our software has that much capability to take all the requirements whatever the client is asking, or whatever it is, be the technology, because it has to be deployed entire pan India wise, and that too on a single date, because the release date was fixed, the time was fixed, and the duration was also fixed. So deployment of pan India and taking the load, whether the software can have that much load or not. So everything, we have multiple rounds of discussion, based on which we came up with this thing that we will release the product in a module base. First, it was released for salaried employees, that is called Form 24Q. And then later on, it was released for non-salaried employees, that is the various ones with respect to gambling, entertainment tax, or horse riding, horse racing, and number for foreign nationals. So like this. So while deploying for the salaried employees, it was very much crucial, because salaried employees were forming a part of 5 crore or more than 5 crore plus employees. So every time we need to check that if what is the load which is going on onto the software, how the returns are getting generated. We have taken the example of TCS and Infosys, because they have the largest number of employee force. So we have requested them to use this software and see how the software is performing. This was a very confidential thing. Now it is okay in a public. So we have requested them to test this module only for their employees, and later on it came out that after 2 or 3 lakh rows of entries, the system was getting hanged up. So again, we need to rework on the same, why the system is hanging up, whether there was any fault in the testing. So this all kind of thing we went on, and then subsequently the other products also were launched in the same module for salaried and then again non-salaried. Madam. The detail. Okay. Okay. So while coming to the agile scrum methodology, we'll have this following method, that is sprint backlog, product backlog, grooming, and release backlog. So I'll try to explain this as to my knowledge, and then rest madam will take over from me. So coming to sprint backlog, it is a list of user story tasks identified by the scrum team to be in the sprint. During the sprint planning meeting, the team selects some number of product backlog items, usually in the form of user stories, and identifies the task necessary to complete each user story. So as I told you, this is nothing but a particular module was being launched. Okay. Particular sprint was being launched, and we identified that there were certain modules which are not functioning, or certain parts or certain scenarios were not working properly. So this is called a backlog. Backlog is simple. Go by the basic definition. Whenever we don't know anything, what is backlog, sprint backlog, I try to break the word into multiple parts and then analyze it. Sprint means you are on a moving path. Okay. Backlog means somewhere there is a something has happened due to which you are not moving forward. Even though if you move forward, that still that backlog will be there. For example, when it comes to our engineering or whatever it is, you will move gradually, you'll complete all the semester, but still that backlog will be there. So this is the live example which I can give with respect to sprint backlog. So every time you move to a new semester, you clear the backlog and then move on. So just like this module is nothing but in the same line. Hope I'm getting it right. Hello. Right example, madam. Okay. Coming to product backlog. Product backlog is a list of prioritized deliverables that be implemented as a part of project development or product development. Product owner or product backlog is the one who prioritizes it based on customer feedback or business value. The product owner prepares and maintains the product backlog prioritized by the product owner, and anyone can add to it with approval from the owner. So what is a product basically? Basically, the product is anything which has an impact to the end user. So taking an example of what I did is, we have launched a particular application. Okay, in that the following modules were, see, I come from a capital market background, so I'll speak about on that. So we have a particular module that with respect to client account maintenance, which will have his PAN details, Aadhaar details, telephone number, and everything is basic KYC details. And the next module is with respect to its transactions, how many transactions he has done, so and what was the amount he has paid. So when this particular module was being launched, we have slightly delayed the with respect to this transactions module. Clients, the end user started stating that, okay, KYC details are fine with us. Now we want the transactions, because ultimately every client or every person on this earth values money. Okay. So when a person is valuing money, he should also know what are his transactions, how much money he has spent, and how much money he has earned. So there was a delay of 2 months, but we were having so much of inflow with respect to this that we want this ASAP, prioritize it. So we formed a team. We made it. We prepared an FRD and a BRD again. We sat n number of times, because transaction model is not that easy as we think or saying by words, because that each and every details has to be captured, and each and every detail has a relevance. Tomorrow if anything happens with in the court of law, then they will ask or come to us stating that we want the details, IP details, whatever it is, port details, they will come and ask. So every details was mandatory, and we need to have a load balancer also, and we need to have a DR site which will work simultaneously, because if this fails down, then again immediately the switchback should happen within a span of seconds. So the